Hello, YouTube, Young Legion, the times retold. So this is about Christmas. Christmas is about a breaching method that came from semi-ancient times, since before Saint Nicholas, since before the messengers of modern religions before him. Already, the ancient republic revealed by this species had working together had been already criminally re-engineered by what was a method that also simultaneously made everyone blame other things, others themselves, for their needs as fact human nature to react to that method. And then they had to defend that. And they had to self-value that. And roles with the ancient, semi-ancient breaching method were engineered. And that is what American history is about. And this is really what other nations' histories are about. And the ancients would use this quality of fact human nature, where they would not understand science, then where they would understand history, in the course of the value of men and women, which is only increasing, positive or negative though. Is it positive or negative so in relationship to this identity of value progression? That is one identity of relativity that all other ones individually grouped and together are inside, as value nature inside values nature, which is values identity, the one value that is in demonstration of how it is each identity of value progression individually grouped and together, including ourselves. On the extent of this debatable offensively since semi-ancient times, unchallenged, forced, other is pretended. We need free speech. The news, if you use logic that's not criminally foreign influenced and delusions wrought, they are already invested to having done so with our interbranch leaders. News are great people. It's nothing personal against them. You have to say that because they don't following their sequence shifting, fabricating information. Then they have to pretend passion, passions and emotions because they are identities as journalists. They have to pretend that they can't perceive how journalism could have been corrupted when it never was liberated. Their roles within the branch, especially the judicial branch, distinctly and non-distinctly, especially the executive branch, individually grouped and together, and then especially distinctly. In other words, that's why individually you try to deal with it with fact sheet that actually recorded sick evil, most problem with each branch. The other ones are right there to cover it up. So you have to be able to deal with them individually grouped together because that's what's recorded. Now they're keeping people reliant to their roles with stacking databases and people to fake locations and words and ties to others. Forced roles with Weathersfield police and with interbranch um, lawyers and prosecutors and judges that switch names simultaneously while they're faking recorded things into databases and have been doing so. Simultaneously, we're all tied to them like prisons. I don't know if the state prison offices are also houses families a Lance Cuddy, so associated with prison stewardships through administrations since I was a kid. There are now ones further involved with predicate acts and with child offenders of juxtaposed sick natures on and off child campuses. Crime methods where they use the interbranch boys and girls to pretend they had conversations with people, to act to come running up to people with screaming and stuff like that, like a Debbie Gold. I don't even I haven't have her even have know she were remember her from the years earlier when she was in my grammar school. But this is relevant to further Officer Jerry Miller, other officers with New Britain Superior Court, two Mendez police, on and off New Britain Superior Court location. Other ones from my school in the past, I don't know the names of. One kid that looked like Charles Manson. McCoy to confess also involved with New Britain Superior Court's judges retired and standing, with predicate acts with them. Now there were a whole bunch of men and women with Central Connecticut State University that were court to confess, demonstrated, and confirmed their roles with predicate acts with a number of people that use the name Joe DeMar, and with Corone brothers, twins. I barely know they're involved with falsified police reports as their roles with mail crime, wire crimes, Facebook, where they're interbranch lying about what's actually recorded on Facebook, identity thefts, frauds, and racketeering tied to this, and tied to their uses of time treatments, where they're keeping more problems with areas because they need to bring people to courts and pretend passions and emotions in backgrounds as predicate acts too. They have to hide this from leaders. They have to force the leaders' roles with this. There's not one standing identity of the law is capable of having an honest opinion. That's what's recorded. So they used former Governor Malloy to hide their roles with interstates. Maine is also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with a whole bunch of people with the Leahy family that attached me to fake words that weren't at all. They didn't ask me a question, I responded to it about police equipment. He forged names, other doctors I never had a conversation with either. They forced me for 3 days in a triage. Two times after that with the same, and they did so with falsified police reports each time because they know what's actually recorded is they have a Kevin Dillon, a Sean Dillon, and Anna Dillon with foreign and domestic military, and with judges and prosecutors, a whole bunch of people on Two Rod Highway, where it runs into Hangdog Lane and where it runs into the Berlin Turnpike before the heart of Hartford. Also, all along those other roads in that one, and on off it are the people further involved on off campuses, connected predicate acts through time, identity theft, frauds, rules, sequence shifts. So so Christmas is about this method. This put Santa Claus, St. Nicholas in jail. Now these are people with jails. The Central Connecticut State University, Wesleyan University, associated with also people with Connecticut, New York, a whole bunch of ways with theater also, where they have the theater of plays and where they have the theater of movie production masters, criminally foreign influenced in collusion with them with this method that keeps self-valued. The identity, the science you share, worse than obfuscated. The identity of relativity, worse than obfuscated. Sequence shift roles with falsified police reports, roles with connected Weathersfield interbranch on off religious spots.